news tonight. Kilwa Udat employees begin to be paid owed dues. Residents express dissatisfaction on border noise pollution. Sports, Tanzania Premier League to end on 17th July. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. Some employees of the Bus Rapid Dart project in Kilwa, Dar es Salaam, who had pushed to have their back-owed dues paid to them, have begun to receive their payments.
Madeni yao na wanafanya kazi wapige mahesabu yao na walipo kutokana na haki zao. Sasa zaidi ya wafanya kazi 750 wameshalipwa, wabakiwa wachache tu, hata wafike 30 ambao hawajalipwa. Mikataba ilikuwa imekaa vibaya, walikuwa wanafukuzwa barabarani. Unaajiriwa barabarani, kwenye site unafukuzwa kwenye site.
Aidha, tulikuwa kweli tunawadai, lakini sasa hivi hali imeendelea kuwa vizuri. Tunashukuru serikali, Mheshimiwa Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan kupitia kwa mkuu wa wilaya Temeke, malipo yote yamelipwa, tunashukuru sana. Hali ipo vizuri, wafanyakazi wanaendelea kwa bidii.
Some residents, including the elderly who have health issues in Babati Town Council, Manyara region, have expressed dissatisfaction with the use of motorbike transport as the drivers create sounds which are unsafe for their health using the vehicles.
Stern legal measures should be taken against them because some of people are sick. They need calmness and not noise pollution from the motorbikes that passes through people's homes. As the chairman of boda drivers, I am warning my fellow boda drivers to stop such practices if they want to continue working. Not all boda drivers are doing that. It is only a few group of drivers that does that by defaulting exhaust intentionally to get such noise. Laws are obvious. It is a crime for those who intentionally renovate things in his or her vehicle for the purpose of creating discomfort to others, especially in making the pollution in prohibited areas. According to our laws, it is a crime to disturb people's peace through the vehicle.
The Vice President of Tanzania, Dr. Philip Mpango, has commended Teresia Child of Jesus organization, whose headquarters are in India, for the good job they are doing in helping Tanzania in taking care of orphans, the elderly, and people with special needs. The Vice President said this at the Missionary of Sisters Orphanage in Hombolo, Dodoma.
Nimekuja kwanza kuwashukuru shirika hili, wanashirika kwa kazi njema sana ambayo wanafanya katika nchi yetu.
I am here to congratulate the institution for the job well done in helping Tanzanians to remember our fellows with special needs, like these babies. Some of them were neglected by their parents, while others are orphans, as well as the elderly who have different issues. A lot of them are special people in front of God. I will emphasize my fellows from the Ministry of Health, especially at the Social Development Department, to give more support to these groups as the government, to ensure that these children and the elderly are put in the forefront from their health, education, and other crucial sector.
Residents of Igudija A at Kitumba Village, Kisesa District, who witnessed the Tanzania Field Evangelism Church collapse at Wita A Village, as well as cause destruction of electrical infrastructure and trees, have had the Defense and Safety Committee in Magu District go to evaluate and assess the damage caused by the rains.
Tutashukuru sana endapo serikali itatuangalia, na kama wanasema kweli watufanyie. wanatujali kwa chochote kitakachopatikana. Tukiletewa mahitaji kama chakula, tutajisikia vizuri kwamba serikali inatujali tunapopata shida.
Lakini Mungu akanusuru, mvua kaileta mapema kabla ya watu kuja kusali.
Luckily, the rains began before people gathered for prayers. We could have lost many lives. As the head of this church, I received the information early and consulted government leaders on the way forward, where I thank all of them for their cooperation.
Madhara yaliyotokana na mvua hii ni kuezuliwa kwa nyumba kama ifuatavyo.
In Ugugija ward, 6 houses were unroofed. In Wita village, 1 church was unroofed. After the rains, 5 houses were renovated by the help of residents through contributions that were made, except for 1 house and the church. Apart from those unroofed houses, there are no any other disasters that happened.
Residents in Upugulu suburb in Itebula village, Itebula ward, Vinza district, Kigoma region have complained of some government leaders collecting cash in the area based on claims that they live in a reserve area and are required to move, which has led to some residents not engaging in various development activities.
Ni utapeli wa viongozi mbalimbali.
Unfortunately, some of our leaders, they do not work for the people, but rather for their own profit by grabbing our lands.
Kujipatia fedha kiulaini.
Na wengi wameweza kujifikiria kwa nini hao watu wanakuja kung'aniza kama tuasimishe tu.
Many of you have not bothered to ask why must Songambele and Ipuguru be recognized legally? The village itself is recognized as a reserve so far. We have sent a proposal to the government to transform this area into residential. We are waiting for the feedback.
Despite rains in various regions, some food prices at Tandale market, including rice, has dropped during Easter holidays, with 1 kilogram of rice sold at most for 2,000 shillings and lowest at 1,000 shillings, unlike records in previous years.
Kwa mzunguko wa kibiashara haiwezi zikapanda, naona kwa sababu biashara zimekuwa ziko.
So far these are prices. We do not expect them to go higher than this, although by June or July prices might change because of the harvesting season.
Na hata hapa inaweza zikazidi hazitashuka.
Bei za kawaida tena zimeshuka sana kulingana na mwaka jana.
These are normal prices. However, they are lower comparing to last year's prices. This year prices have gone down because of financial hardships that are faced by many Tanzanians, because in some families they only eat once a day.
Ngulelo Pentecostal believers in Arumari district, Arusha region, have given part of funds donated during Easter to purchase medical equipment so as to help improve healthcare in health centers in the area. Now, moving on, residents of Mbuyuni ward in Morogoro Municipal, specifically the Bandani and Mtoni, have commended the government's move to build a bridge so as to connect them to other areas after the previous bridge's deficiencies caused flooding to residents when rains occurred and was swept away by water during last season's rain period.
Children were walking long distances to go to school because they have to take alternative roads since the schools are across the river. The road was a challenge. We are grateful for the bridge. It has helped us a lot.
Tumeweza kufarijika sana kwa kuona kwamba tunaaminika na serikali yetu ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania.
We are pleased with progress made and trust that we have earned from the government by giving priority to local engineers to perform this job and appreciating our skills and expertise and giving priority to women.
The Ministry of Minerals has reassured small miners, especially gold miners that travel long distances in search of processing industries, that they will be provided service regardless of the day or it being a public holiday or weekend.
Kwa hiyo tuko hapa, lakini siko peke yangu. Tuko na baadhi ya vyombo vya ulinzi ya usalama kwa ajili ya kuhakikisha kwamba hakuna utoroshaji wowote unaweza kujitokeza.
I and my team are here to supervise the processing exercise to ensure that no looting activities are done. Although it is a holiday, but we are here to work for our client so that the government can be able to collect its revenues, because there is a revenue collection target that has been set in every month, so we must work hard to fulfill that target.
Lakini kauli yake tumeipokea na tunaishukuru na tuko tayari kushirikiana naye katika ukusanyaji wa kodi.
We have received Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan with open arms, and we are ready to cooperate with the government in collecting revenues. Luckily, right now, traders in the country have been influenced to pay tax voluntarily. Since working environment is more favorable, we shall be able to contribute a lot in our own development in the country through tax that we pay.
The head of the National Muslim Council of Tanzania, Sheikh Abubakar bin Zuberi, has appointed 9 councillors out of 15 in the Muslim Defense Council, as well as various other appointments in key areas of various regions of Tanzania. Moving on, a form of Mkumbwa Kisiwani Secondary School at Mkumba Ward, Muheza District, Form 1 student Elia Martin escaped death after being attacked by a crocodile and severely injured on one of his hand before being rescued by his father.
Nilifika katikati akanukia akamata kwenye mkono.
It was following us from the behind, where it attacked me on my hand and was dragging me at the deeper side of the river. Luckily, my father helped me.
Saidia kamata mkono kwa nilikuwa naenda na akajitupa huko.
Hadi tuko pale, yule mamba aliluka akamkamata huyo kijana wangu.
While at the river, a crocodile attacked my son. I tried my best to rescue him successfully by inserting a stick in the eyes of the crocodile while I was holding tight the other hand of my son. That was when it let my child go and I took him.
Bahatika kuokota fimbo wakati yule mamba anamburuza yule kijana, na mimi kwa nimeshikilia mkono huu mwingine ambao hakukamata.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows next. And in international news, the Ministry of Home Affairs, Safety and Community Development in Burundi has removed blockades by civil society organization PERSIM since 2019, shortly after the Minister of Home Affairs held meetings with civil society organizations in the country.
Imeamua kuchukua hatua hiyo ya kuruhusu shirika hilo la kiraia kuendelea kufanya kazi kwa ajili ya kuisaidia kutafutia ufumbuzi maridhawa masuala mbalimbali nyeti kama vile rushwa na umaskini nchini Burundi. Kila jambo ni majadiliano, wakijadiliana wakaamini na kusema kwamba tunakwenda kutekeleza haya na yale, itakuwa ni njia mojawapo, kwa sababu wakati kuna mazungumzo hakuna jambo linaloweza kushindikana wakati kuna mazungumzo ambayo yanashirikisha pande zote.
Kenya has given an ultimatum to the UN Refugee Agency UNHCR to present a plan on closure of the Dadaab and Kakuma camps, which house over 400,000 people from more than a dozen countries, including Somalia, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Burundi. The end of international news. Sports news follows shortly.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Joaquinho, he did lose some length.
Welcome back, and in sports news tonight. Tanzania Premier League Board insists the league will end on 17th of July as planned for the purpose of following the international calendar.
Ligi itamalizika kwa tarehe iliyopangwa. Hakuna wasiwasi wote, na kama ukirudi kuitazama tena ratiba,
the league will end at the set date and there is no worries about that. If you check the schedule, you will get what I am saying. Everything is proper unless something out of human ability happens, such as what happened earlier.
The cricket national team and clubs have been urged to return to full training as international competitions are about to resume.
Mwalimu, kwa sababu sasa hivi wameweka program moja ambayo ni hawajawahi kufanya wenyewe wachezaji, kwa sababu
coaches have put programs that even the players have never tried before. There are programs starting at 6:30 for physical exercise, and this was not there. It is good for the players because fitness is everything.
Thomas Tuchel was forced to send Antonio Rudiger in from training early after the defender was involved in a heated dispute with Kepa Arrizabalaga less than 24 hours before Chelsea's shock 5-2 defeat to West Brom at Stamford Bridge.
Had called for calm after seeing Chelsea stumble in the race to qualify for the Champions League, only to have to intervene when emotions spilled over during a training session. The manager ordered Rudiger back to the changing room 5 minutes early after the defender had a pushing match with Arrizabalaga during a small-sided game. The incident is understood to have taken place when Rudiger went in late on Chelsea goalkeeper. Arrizabalaga reacted badly and an angry exchange of views turned physical, forcing teammates to pull the pair apart. Tuchel, whose 14-game unbeaten run came to an end against West Brom, quickly took charge and sent Rudiger in early after deciding that his fellow German was not calm enough to complete training.
Valencia walked off the pitch in protest at alleged racist abuse directed at defender Motko Diakabe by Cadiz Juan Cala on a Sunday afternoon, only to come back on again and complete the game without him after being informed they would have to forfeit the points if they did not return. Here are more details on the story.
Stopped after 29 minutes following conversations with the referee. Valencia's captain Jose Luis Gaya leading the team off, but it restarted again around 20 minutes later with Diakabe watching from the stands as his teammates played without him. Cala was not replaced at first, although he was then substituted at halftime. Diakabe and Cala went in for a challenge together, clashed, and as the Valencia defender was heading back to his position, he suddenly turned and angrily went back towards Cala. As Gabriel Paulista and Kevin Gamero tried to calm him down and pull him away, cameras caught Paulista saying, "You can't say negro de mierda," suggesting Cala had said words meaning something black. Diakabe explained to the referee what had been said, and Paulista and Gaya led the team off, the players gathering in the lower tier of the stand. The referee, David Medi Jimenez, spoke to Cala, who could be seen saying that he had not done anything. Some conversations continued between footballers and staff, but Cadiz's players too headed off in their case down the tunnel.
Pep Guardiola says Manchester City's best chance of stopping Erling Haaland is to starve him of chances ahead of their Champions League quarter-final against Borussia Dortmund. Here are more details.
The Norwegian international has become one of the hottest properties in Europe after scoring 33 goals in 32 appearances for the Bundesliga club this season. City among the clubs that have been heavily linked with the move for the 20-year-old, although Guardiola said last week that the Premier League leaders may not be able to afford a replacement for Sergio Aguero when the striker leaves in the summer. With City 14 points clear at the top of the Premier League, Guardiola's side have a real opportunity of challenging for the quadruple, but the Champions League remains the toughest trophy to win. Guardiola won the competition twice with Barcelona, but has so far failed to get beyond the quarter-final stage, with City in 4 attempts. Last season's defeat came at the hands of Lyon, who finished 7th in League One, and the Catalan admitted that it was painful for a long time afterwards.
West Ham's hopes of qualifying for the Champions League have sustained a major blow after losing Declan Rice to a knee injury, also placing the midfielder's hopes of representing England at the European Championship finals in Boo. Here's more on the story.
Rice, who is out of West Ham's trip to Wolves tonight, picked up the injury during England's victory against Poland last week, and there are fears that in the best-case scenario he misses at least the next 3 weeks. The 22-year-old midfielder has been wearing a protective brace to limit the damage and is waiting for the swelling to go down, though there are hopes he will avoid surgery. West Ham are hopeful Rice will be out for a maximum of 6 weeks. Club and country will be praying the injury clears up soon. Rice has been in outstanding form this season and has played a pivotal role in West Ham pushing for Europe. Brilliant at retrieving possession and increasingly confident on the ball, he has emerged as one of the most commanding midfielders in the Premier League and has established himself as a regular in Gareth Southgate's England side.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.